Welcome back. For many families, Social Security survivor benefits can provide critical financial support after the loss of a spouse. Joining us now to explain who qualifies and more is Erin Thompson with the Social Security Administration. This is an interesting topic because there's a lot of variables. If a spouse dies, how do you qualify exactly and how this all plays out? This is a very important thing, though, and a lot of people rely on it.
Absolutely. So the first thing is you reach out to the Social Security office. We can do a lot of things online, but not survivor benefits quite yet. You can file the lump sum death benefit through your My Social Security portal for the one-time $255, but most of the time people are really interested in, can I qualify for a monthly benefit? So the basics are the person that has passed away has worked long enough. The minimum requirement is 10 years, very part-time work, 40 credits, quarters of coverage. If they've worked and they've paid in, there's a good likelihood that there is money for the surviving spouse. The surviving spouse also needs to meet some age requirements. So generally when we're thinking of the traditional widow, widower, he or she is 60 or greater in age. So if you're younger than that, we can give you some estimates, but you're not going to be eligible for a monthly benefit usually until age 60. There's some different variables, but generally speaking, 60 or up.
A question real quick. If let's say it's a couple in their 60s, 70s or whatever, they both have paid in and both are getting SOCH. One is here and one's here. If one of them passes away, the survivor would get the higher amount of the two?
The higher of the two.
You don't get your old SOCH and your spouse's SOCH.
No.
But at least you get the higher amount.
And that's an important planning tool, Dan, because not all people realize that until after the fact. And so you really do need to have some other things ready to help pay for those bills, because Social Security is an important part, but it's not going to be everything. And if you're both getting the same amount of money, then one entire check would be gone. So some basics. You have to have worked long enough, you have met the age requirements, minimum age is 60 or greater, and then you have to be married long enough. So the marriage requirement is not long at all. For a traditional widow or widower, you only have to be married for 9 calendar months. Unless it's accidental death, we could waive the 9 months entirely. But a common misconception I hear is, oh, you have to be married at least 10 years. 10 years is the requirement if there is a divorce. So if it was my ex-husband, as long as we were married 10 years, I could potentially qualify.
Yeah, there are wrinkles to that too. The divorce is not cut and dried. What if the person's been married a couple of times? Do the two widows split?
No. So it's based on what is the survivor's status.
Okay.
So if my ex-husband, we were married at least 10 years, he's remarried, now he has 2 widows, who gets the benefit? We both could receive. So that doesn't matter. It matters if I'm remarried. So for a widow to receive off of an ex, I need to be unmarried at the time, or I have remarried after the age of 60. So there's a lot of variables. If you're a widow or a widower and you're like, I don't know if I'm gonna be eligible, contact us in advance, because you might wanna push off that next marriage until you meet those age requirements.
You're amazing at how you can you're so up to speed with all those different things. How do you keep that in your head?
I have worked there for almost 25 years, so I better know my stuff, Dan.
So yeah, that's the person to call for sure, but we appreciate you coming in. If you'd like to learn more about the Social Security Administration, you can go to ssa.gov.
Yes, ssa.gov, and you can just pull up survivor benefits. Again, in your My Social Security account, you can get the idea of what you're going to be eligible for, what your spouse could be eligible for if you passed away. But if you need other information, just feel free to reach out to us.
Okay, thank you as always.
Thank you.